Hello YouTube, this is an alcohol review of El Dorado 5 year. According to the label, product of Guyana, 750 ml bottle, 40% alcohol by volume, making 80 proof, and it is cask aged. The back, very little information. Says that it's aged in rum barrels for 5 years. Best enjoyed straight or on the rocks. That you have to keep an eye on. Every once in a while, in the description, they'll put down something like best in your finest cocktails or something, which is a polite way of saying this stuff just might suck. Now, there's no guarantee on that, but I have found when it does mention cocktails, rather than having it straight or neat or on the rocks, it usually means it doesn't have enough good flavors to go without fruit and sugar and everything else. Screw down. All right. Not bad. It looks like any other type of spiced rum. It's not calling itself a spiced rum. It is simply calling itself a rum. Really happy that it's a product of Guyana. The amount of times it's mentioned on the label. Yeah. Brought in through Florida. Plantation, Florida. Wait. Alright. As the sun is setting, we're getting different colors, so pardon if I get this wrong. But it is a nice caramel with hints of honey and light shades of red. Start giving it a swirl. Keep a sharp eye on my neighbors. And we'll stop. And what we're looking for is to see how fast the tearing begins, or the legging begins. Very quick, almost immediately. Give it another swirl. Now the reason for looking for the tearing is to see how thick it will be on the palate. Give it another swirl. Help with the nose. And it is a beautiful nose. Floral notes, vanilla notes, cinnamon notes, a bit of honey is in there. A smokiness floats over it all very nicely. There is a bit of alcohol and ethanol that kind of wants to hover in the background, but it's definitely there. But just wonderful overall. Hear the military coming in. We don't get much in Blackhawks. We do get Iroquois. So, anyways, that's total side note. But yeah, but the nose starts to fade out. Not. It tends to fade out relatively quickly. Comes on strong, fades out fast. Okay. Hear noises. But the palate is very nice. Everything that you smell, you get in with the rum. floral notes, honey notes, vanilla notes, everything you would expect in a very nice spiced rum. That ethanol kicks in there as well. You can taste that too. And it all kind of rides together, giving you different layers. Let's see. This is 5-year cask aged. I'm gonna say what the wood is. Is it French oak? Is it American oak? Is it, who knows? That all contributes different subtleties, especially with the charring and with the pattern of the char. All these sort of many things make a difference in the overall rum. Now, is it heavy? Not really. Flavorful, yes. Heavy, no. Is it really light? It is an excellent sipper. I had it on ice, and that was a bit of a mistake. Because when you have it on ice, it tends to kind of give out. You get wonderful, much like the nose. It starts off very strong and ends very quickly. The hang time, about a medium hang time, considering that, like I said, it starts strong and ends boom, like it hits a brick wall. Because if you put it on ice and it ends like that brick wall ending, you end up getting this watery taper out of nowhere. And it's hard to even call it a taper. It's more like I've been drinking rum and now all of a sudden I got water in my mouth. If you're a fan of stouts, I'm sure you've got this, depending on the brand, that it starts off as a wonderful, almost chocolatey, full body type of thing, and then it ends with this weak, watery notes. This has the same issues. Now, by itself, without that water added to it, it seems to do just fine. It's too complicated to add to any kind of cocktail, so I wouldn't. Sometimes it's best to have it straight, but the ice helps shave off edges, and this has some edging here and there that the ice really helps out with. But the problem is the ice leaves this water residual, and that comes out very strong, very plain, very clear. So having ice with it is also a bad idea. Now, I'm curious about having it on the rocks. Now I don't know what you guys are saying. You just said don't put on ice. No, on actual rocks. That's one of the fads of several years ago. They would take granite or some other type of stone and just small little cubes, put them in the freezer, drop them in, and it would act like ice without giving it a wateriness to it. I've tried it in the past and found that if I really want the cold, ice is the way to go. The rocks don't really do it. But maybe it might be enough for this to take off those few little burrs it has on its corners, that it just might work out well. Because I was so disappointed when I was getting that watery residual at the end. That it was a turnoff, to say the least. Now, as different levels of rums, would it be a favorite? It's up there. It is really up there. The ethanol, the burnt tire taste that you get from the ethanol is not great, and that is a severe, check in the minus column. But it's, I hate to say the word tolerable because that has a negative connotation. It's it's not number one. It may break number 5. It could be in top 10, depending on its rivals, obviously. But my established rum favorites Well, it's nice, but it's not exactly going to be challenging my established rum top five. Like I said, it may squeak in at five, but that's about as far as she's going to go. Give it a try. See what you guys think. This is El Dorado, number five. Any comments about this particular product down below? Be warmly accepted as always. Or better yet, go out, buy it, try it. And do a review yourself on the YouTube Spirits community. And let us know your thoughts on it. Whether it's worth buying, not worth buying. Whether I'm full of you know what, or maybe I'm onto something. But give it a try. See what you think. That is always the best opinion is your own when it comes to these sorts of things. But until next time, keep on drinking.